When you picture a black hole, what do you see? Some kind of cosmic monster, right? A one-way ticket to, well, nowhere. For decades, that's been the story, the ultimate cosmic dead end. But what if that whole picture is just wrong? What if a black hole isn't an end at all?
Okay, let's get into this.
This is the big question we're tackling. See, a recent theoretical model is challenging pretty much everything we thought we knew. It's asking us to look at these cosmic giants and wonder, are they really destroyers, or are they something else entirely? So on the left, that's the classic view you probably learned in school. It comes straight from general relativity, an infinitely dense singularity, a point of no return, total destruction. But on the right, well, that's a radical new vision. This idea proposes that a black hole isn't a tomb, it's a multidimensional recycling engine. Not a point of destruction, but a point of rebirth. Now, this wild idea comes from a theoretical paper by Professor Mario Arturo Ruiz Estrada, and it completely reframes the black hole as this incredibly active, dynamic system. It's a total reimagining of what's happening on the inside. Okay, so this new definition is really the key to the whole thing. The theory asks us to forget about that singularity for a minute, and instead picture a system with a three-part job. First, it absorbs old energy and matter. Then, it transforms it at the most fundamental level. And finally, it regenerates it, sending it back out into the universe as something totally new. So, you're probably asking, how does it keep from just collapsing into infinity? Well, the first big idea is something called the dynamic imbalance state. Instead of being a static, stable point, the black hole exists in the state of constant, crazy motion. Like a spinning top. It's stable because it's moving. This perpetual imbalance is actually what prevents it from collapsing. Pretty cool, right? The second foundational idea is this concept of universe recycling. In this model, black holes aren't just cosmic vacuum cleaners that suck stuff up. No way. They're the universe's essential regenerative reactors. They're the engines that allow the cosmos to constantly renew itself, making sure the whole show can go on. All right, so if this constant motion and the need for cosmic recycling are the why, then how does this engine actually work? Well, the model breaks it down into 5 distinct zones. So let's take a little journey through this cosmic factory and follow a piece of matter from the beginning all the way to the end. Here's the whole process at a glance, a 5-stage cycle. It starts with absorption and ends with displacement. So let's break down each one of these steps, starting with Zone 1. Stage 1 is absorption. You can think of this as the black hole's giant cosmic intake valve. As all that matter and energy gets pulled in, its motion gets converted into what the paper calls quantum gravitational turbulence. Basically, it's just an intensely chaotic state, getting everything prepped for the next phase. Next up, we hit the hitting combustion zone, and this is where the reactor really fires up. The gravitational pressure becomes so immense that matter just disintegrates. Its mass gets transformed into this ultra-dense plasma energy. The real transformation is now fully underway. And now we've reached the very heart of the engine, maximum combustion. Here, at the core, matter is squeezed so intensely that it completely dissolves. It goes back to this raw, undifferentiated state that the paper calls proto-energy. Kind of like the universe's fundamental building blocks. All of its old information, what it used to be, is just wiped clean. It's a blank slate, ready to be reformed. Okay, so after that peak intensity in the core, we enter the cooling combustion phase. This is where the rebuilding actually starts. That chaotic proto-energy begins to stabilize, to recompose itself into new quantum configurations. It's a bit like molten metal cooling and hardening into a totally new shape. And that brings us to the final step, displacement. The newly restructured energy and matter are ejected back out into the cosmos. The cycle is complete. And this isn't some random explosion, it's a focused outflow that literally feeds the universe. It might even be the explanation for those incredibly powerful astrophysical jets we see shooting out of galaxies. Okay, so we've seen how this theoretical engine works, but let's step back. What does it all mean? Why does this new vision matter so much for how we understand the entire cosmos? This slide really sums up the shift in thinking perfectly. We're moving away from the idea of a black hole as an endpoint, a final stop for matter. And we're moving toward this new view where it's a dynamic, vital engine for cosmic renewal. It's part of a continuous living cycle. And the implications here are, well, they're staggering. This theory suggests black holes could be what's fueling cosmic expansion. It implies that entropy, the universe's tendency to get more disorderly, could actually be reversed inside of them. It even hints that time itself might become elastic in this process. It could rewrite some of the most basic rules we thought we knew about physics. So at the end of the day, what we're really looking at here is the ultimate cosmic plot twist. The one place in the universe we labeled as the Great Destroyer might actually turn out to be its greatest creator. And this powerful quote from the paper itself just says it all. Far from being points of destruction, black holes emerge as the primary engines of cosmic creation and renewal. I mean, that one sentence completely flips our entire perspective. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. If we could be this wrong about something as fundamental as a black hole, what else out there in the universe have we mistaken as an ending when it's actually just the beginning of a whole new cycle?